Hello, everyone, and welcome to this frequency intel. I have to laugh because this is about the fourth time I've tried to film this frequency intel this week, and I filmed it the whole entire thing and then lost the film, and I've tried a few more times, and I was in this beautiful epic place this morning inside a cave and had a signal, which was super awesome. And I was so bummed to lose that recording. So here I am, just like determined to share this intel because I think we're in an epic shift, and I really want to honor that we have this frequency of stillness that is supporting us this week. When I tapped in this morning, what I heard was stillness leads to knowing. And I love the frequency of stillness when we can drop into it. It opens a portal for us to connect into our infinite self. How beautiful is that right there? There's the whole frequency intel for this week. So anywho, here we are, and I do want to share what came through so beautifully this morning in the transmission, because I think it's rather profound that Venus has just entered her morning star phase. She's transitioned from an evening star into a morning star. And now when Venus rises in the morning, we can only see her for a fraction of time because the sun comes and illuminates her to the point where she becomes dispersed in the great central sun, in the illumination of the 0 point field. And how beautiful is this? Because Venus it represents our divine feminine energy. This is what has been repressed and suppressed in all of us, whether you are in a male body, a female body, or if you identify as non-gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energies that we use to create with. This makes us who we are. Our masculine and feminine energies weave the dance of life together when they're flowing, and when the structure of the masculine is working with the open portal, the receptivity of the divine feminine, and we weave this beautiful dance of life where sometimes we're in the flow, sometimes we're in stillness, sometimes we're in big action, sometimes we're in completely leaning back and letting life take us over. And stillness leads to knowing. Be still and know that I am. I want to invite all of us to use that as our mantra this week. And I want to invite you to listen. We're going to drop in a minute and I'm going to teach you how to drop into the hypnagogic state, to go into stillness and to access your subconscious and your unconscious knowing, so that you can do that on your own. And when you do, I think it would be beautiful to set an intention to listen for the word, the phrase that completes this mantra. Be still and know that I am. I am worthy. I am loved. I am creation. I am light. I am joy. I am expansion. I am stillness. I am power. Whatever that phrase is for you, I want to invite you to use this mantra, be still and know that I am. And whatever you are, to add that to this beautiful mantra to help us navigate the energies of this week and to become the powerhouses that we are. We are so powerful. We are so brilliant. And it's time that we reclaim our divine feminine energy of receptivity, of knowing, of stillness, of creation from the patriarchy. So we are being invited by the 0 point field, by our cosmic best friend, by the wisdom keepers, by the elders, by the ancient ones, as we walk through these portals of discovering and rediscovering our own brilliance, our own magnificence, who we are as souls and why we're here on the planet, what our soul plan is, and what we're here to birth onto the planet, to contribute, to have fulfillment, to walk in the portals, in the footsteps of joy, of magnificence, of our own brilliance. And so we're being invited to go on this treasure hunt and to find our joy. Joy is one of the most powerful frequencies on the planet. And when we harness it, we become powerful. We become the masters of our reality, of the external picture that we create in relationship to. So we're really being invited to learn how to drop into the state of stillness. You know, when we're distracted, when we're upset, when we are in a belief structure that is not supportive and it's not true, when we are gripped by anxiety, by illusory fear, we become very disempowered. And that's the state that we've been in as we have been repressed and suppressed by the patriarchal structures who want to take away our self-love, our knowing ourselves as worthy, and all of the other ways that we create. It's time that we reclaim these abilities to be still and to be in the state of receptivity, to be in the state of rest. There are many ways that we are trained to go and do and to produce and to be of use. And those ways keep us disempowered because we reach a point of exhaustion. We reach a point of burnout. We reach a point of apathy. And then we cycle back through, pulling ourselves up out of those lower frequencies and then starting again on the hamster wheel of life, trying to uphold these old belief systems that have us believing that our value is external, that our value is not internal. And so we are utterly transcending the illusory fear on the planet right now. And the more that we give ourselves permission to drop into stillness and listen, the more powerful we become, because we hear the voice of our soul giving us guidance. We hear the voice of our team of light giving us direction, steering us, supporting us, encouraging us, nurturing us. All of the ways that we have been repressed and suppressed from these very powerful ways of knowing ourselves and being in joy. So we're going on this treasure hunt this week to reclaim our sense of aliveness, to reclaim our sense of joy. And so I want to invite us to use the alchemy of the divine or the alchemical wedding. So when we are in acceptance of the polarities of chaos and stillness, of leaning back and taking action, we harness the power of both poles, the opposites, and we begin to accept all of us equally. So we stop dividing ourselves internally and making part of us acceptable, part of us unacceptable. That makes us incredibly powerful because we stop creating internal war within ourselves. And so I want to invite us all to come into this state of stillness and to listen for that beautiful ending of the phrase, "Be still and know that I am." Well, what are you? What are you reclaiming for yourself this week? What are you reclaiming for yourself in this cycle? And we can use the power of the elemental of the wind. You know, the wind is such a beautiful ally because the wind is what carries the seeds of our new creations and deposits them in the fertile soil where they can grow, where they can flourish, where they can bloom, where they can become. And that is us. If we see ourselves as that seed and we give ourselves over to the stillness, to letting go of control, and we call on the wind to carry us to that place where we can flourish, whether that's a physical place or it's an internal state. When we ally and partner with the frequency of the wind, the consciousness of the wind, and we allow ourselves to be carried in that beautiful state of surrender, of receptivity, of rest, of listening, we're supported. And we are in co-creation with the cycles of life. And so I want to invite all of us to come into this beautiful sacred container, and setting sacred space can be as simple as your intention to do so. You can also light a candle. You can say a prayer. You can set an intention. You can sit in the place where you connect to source, where you connect to your oversoul, where you connect to your monad, where you drop in, taking yourself into nature, whether that is in a physical place or it's by remote viewing. All of these things can drop us into a state of sacred space. So dropping into that state of sacred space in this now moment and feeling the frequency of all of those of us who are gathered here in the creation of this frequency intel, contributing our frequency to the collective frequency of this transmission, and closing your eyes and coming into your internal state and connecting into the power of your breath and allowing your breath to carry you inward, to carry you into deeper and deeper states of stillness and relaxation. And connecting into the frequency of stillness that is here and available to support us on our journey this week. and allowing the state of stillness to begin to transform all of the spaces and places where there is contraction in your physical body. And so taking a moment to begin to scan your physical body as you drop deeper and deeper into your internal world, allowing the sounds around you to fade into the background, and drawing your awareness, your focus, your attention inward, deeper and deeper. And as you scan your body and find those spaces of tension, of worry, of distraction, welcome them. Welcome them into your beautiful heart. Welcome them into the cave of your heart. Welcoming the frequency of tension into the cave of your heart. And allow the love that is there to dissolve the tension into stillness, into receptivity, into allowing. Going deeper and deeper into your internal world with every breath. And connecting into the part of you that is the protector. And allowing that part of you to be as they are without needing for them to change in any way. Welcoming them into the portal of your heart, into the frequency of stillness. Dropping in deeper and deeper. And simply through your intention to allow all of the frequencies of repression, of suppression, to rise to the surface. To rise to the surface of your awareness. And to also be welcomed into the portal of your heart, to be dissolved into the love that you are. And accessing deeper and deeper into your internal world, giving yourself permission to access your subconscious and your unconscious mind. And listen. Listen for the word or the phrase that will complete your mantra. Be still and know that I am. And opening and receiving that knowing. What it is you need to cultivate this week. What it is you need to give yourself permission to own this week. What it is you need to give yourself permission to be. And staying in that state of stillness and receptivity. This hypnagogic state is a very powerful state of self-discovery. And it's very easy to enter. And now you have the ability to know this frequency of this state of stillness, and to reclaim your ability to drop into this state at any time and rest and receive your own wisdom, receive the answers to the questions that you have, and to mine the subconscious and the unconscious mind for the inconsistencies that are there that prevent us from living the life that we desire to live, from having the experiences that we desire to have, from being able to maintain the frequency of joy in each and every moment, no matter what is occurring in our external reality. This is the most powerful state that we can be in when we welcome the energy of the heart, when we welcome the energy of love to be our guiding principle in each and every moment, no matter what is occurring. This brings us into a state of alignment that is unshakable, and we become very powerful. We become very powerful in our knowing, and it's not an egoic knowing, it is a soul level gnosis that we drop into when we utilize this ability to hypnotize ourselves into the state of receptivity to our true knowing, to our intuition, to our internal gnosis. This is the treasure hunt that we're on, is cultivating this ability to be in stillness and be comfortable there. Because we've been trained to be uncomfortable when things are quiet, when there's nothing to do, when there's stillness. We've been so trained to be in distraction energy, to be in chaos energy, to be in fear energy, to have our energy fields in our bodies and our nervous systems jacked up so that we are distracted, because we become so weak and disempowered in that state of distraction that makes us easy to control when we are constantly in distraction energy. It makes us not easily able to access our deep internal knowing. And one of those powers is our deep internal no. Hell no. That full sentence is so potent and so powerful when we stand in it and we say no, hell no, from this place of complete alignment and utter joy and love. Whew. We're powerful creators. You know, hell is an individual place. It is created by ourselves in a state that we live in when we are disenfranchised, when we are repressed, when we are suppressed, and we buy into that being the truth. We buy into the illusory fear that's been surrounding us for eons. And we're waking up out of that and saying, hell no, I'm not doing that anymore. I am reclaiming my ability to know that I am powerful, that I am creative, that I am resourced, that I am connected to my knowing, to my deep internal state of knowing. So take breaks this week. Give yourself permission to take breaks. That's my loving message to you, is to drop in to this hypnagogic state of stillness and listen, and give yourself permission to utilize the mantra, be still and know that I am valuable beyond measure, because that's who I know you to be. Bring the heart into everything that you do, everything that you say. every decision that you make. Put yourself in the center of that decision and bring your heart to it. Bring the light to your decisions. And the magic and serendipity will open the gates of flow, and your reality will shift instantaneously. You'll quantum jump timelines and start living in the true paradise of your own glory, of your own magnificence, of your own worth, of your own immeasurable value. I love this state of stillness. It feels so potent and pregnant with potential. And I'm so grateful that the guides drop this awareness into our knowing, into this frequency intel for us to utilize and cultivate this week. Ooh, I want to hear what this allows you to tap into. I want to share in your brilliance. I love it when you connect and you share how these frequency intel are playing out in your reality, in your world, in your life, in your creations. I'm so grateful for you contributing your frequency, all of you who are here live with me, and all of those of you who will tap into this on wherever you find it, wherever it is out in the cosmic void, and taking part in this. We are becoming a very potent creative force for joy, for love in this world. It feels like that's everything that wants to be shared in this moment. I'm in such a state of stillness and reverence that it's such a deep state of gratitude and awe that it brings me to my knees to be able to reach these states, these frequencies, and absorb back into the oneness of all life. All right, my beautiful friends, thank you so much for joining me and contributing your frequency to this state of contentment, of bliss, of gratitude, of oneness. I feel the connection with you, each and every one of you, so deeply and profoundly. And it feels like we've turned a corner. It feels like we've really turned a corner, and there is no going back to the repression and suppression of our beautiful feminine energy. Hallelujah for unleashing the divine feminine. Thank you. I love you infinitely, ceaselessly, timelessly, and abundantly. And I look forward to sharing the frequency intel with you all next week. And may you be blessed beyond your wildest dreams this week. Mwah.